Alright guys, I'm back, as you can see, um, but I'm not back for any normal stuff. Haven't really felt much like doing anything um, for a while. Can't explain it. When you give everything you got to something and they tell you it's still not good enough, um, yeah, kind of messes with you a little bit. So I'm trying to work through that and not working too well. Um, but I got um, my last check from the job uh, yesterday, the mail yesterday, and I went out to the kitchen to get something today, and it was sitting there, and it just hit me that once again that I ran out of time. Um, I never stopped trying to improve um, on what they told me I needed to. I just ran out of time. But as I sat and I thought about it, and seeing that check kind of set me back a little bit. I don't know what more I could have did. Obviously, um, in their eyes, I could have done more than I did. But for me, I did all I could till the last minute I was there. The thing about that was, I didn't start having like serious problems until like 6 or 8 months before I got fired. Because they made a bunch of changes to like a bunch of staff changes, a bunch of suits changed places, and um, the way things were evaluated, that all got changed, and um, so you know, I always felt like I was kind of living on borrowed time, but I always thought that hey, you work hard and you do your best not to give them a reason to fire you because you know they're looking for one. They can't fire you if you work hard and you do your best and you serve your customers to the best of your ability. And that's why when it happened, I was floored because I've been there 6 years and I've seen that exact scare tactic used before on people, even me. Yeah, that's a scare tactic that's been used on me before. Um, and so, you know, I thought, okay, just another scare tactic. And, you know, it got to a point where I was just like, you know what, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I gave everything I had every day. Um, and there's nothing more I could do. Unfortunately, it came to them and they made that decision. Um, when they talked to me when I first got fired, he said, he noticed improvement. My direct supervisor said he noticed some improvement in the things that he told me to work on. Well, see, the time between when we met and he told me what needed improvement in my stats and the time when I got fired was like 2 weeks. So basically I just ran out of time. Because the improvement in the 2 weeks wasn't enough for the people in the suits upstairs to notice, apparently. And it's probably going to start to seem like I'm rambling here, but really, I'm not rambling. I'm just trying to work all this shit out of my head because I'm tired of carrying it around with me, and it's depressing, and I've been depressed for a bunch of days now. I don't know exactly how many days it's been. From the 9th to whatever it's dated. Like from the 9th to like whatever today's date happens to be. And I'm trying to not be depressed no more. Because you guys deserve more of me than you're currently getting. And, the only way I feel like I can do that is to kind of work through all this. And since I take you for the ride when I'm up, gotta take you for the ride when I'm down too. It's part of who I am. So, I kind of feel like that I did this to myself because I knew the last 6-8 months, maybe even a little bit of time before that, at certain times, that they were looking for a reason to fire me or to get rid of me because Seuss didn't like me because I learned how to advocate for myself. And see, people in suits, in most cases, like to dictate, it's gonna be this way, it's gonna be done this time, this place, whatever. Well, with me, in 98 cases out of 100, I can adapt to anybody's rules, but there are accommodations that need to be made, and almost every time I needed something to be done, they fought me on it tooth and nail. So, because I learned to advocate for myself, I feel like that is a big part of the reason that, like, I would let go. And the other, like I said, big part of it is, the perceived lack of effort by them on my part, which is bullshit because I did everything I could, up to and including working most nights with pain levels, the likes of which most people couldn't fathom. And no customer ever knew it. Well, I should say no customer rarely knew it. in the center knew it. Even if I was working from my house, nobody in the center knew it. There were a few people, like there were a few of my old supervisors that I trusted, because we had some of the same issues with like pain management and stuff like that. I knew about it, but very few was the number of people that actually knew how much pain I was actually in on a daily basis. And I took great pride in that because I'm supposed to know. So that was a source of pride for me. And for them to basically tell me that everything that I did for them was for nothing. Yeah, it really kind of messed me up. And oh boy. Add that one to the list of things I learned in 2016 video that's going to be coming up later this year. I don't care what anybody says to you, says to me, or says to anybody else. I don't care what any suit says. I don't care what any number cruncher would tell you. You can measure time, calls taken per hour, contact, away time, which is basically time that you spent wrapping up things you had to do for other calls before you took your next call. You can quantify all that on a stat sheet. Cool, that's a number. Yay me. More times than not, I hit those numbers. Yay me. The one thing that I will go to my grave saying to anybody that works in upper management is that I don't give a shit what you say. Effort, true, bare bones effort cannot be measured on a stat sheet. Ever. If you find a way to measure actual effort, let me know, because that will become my new favorite sabermetric stat then. But I don't have to worry about that, because you can't measure that in a sabermetric. It just keeps suits their jobs. Now, as far as everything else goes, man, I'm just trying to recover. I'm just trying to bounce back. It's taken longer than I thought. Just because I didn't realize how hard depression was going to hit me. And how hard it was going to knock me down. Now, I have stuff already in the can to release to you guys. That I will release. I have stuff written down that I have notes for videos that I want to record. But until whatever the hell this is that I'm dealing with passes, you're probably not going to see too much in the way of videos. Well, new videos anyway, from me. I don't know when new, not pre-recorded videos are going to come. I just know at some point they will. I'll give you fair warning though. That first Muse back is gonna be a humdinger because I'm gonna have a bunch of shit to cover. Because I'm still writing shit down to cover in Muses and shit like that. And for story times, and for movie reviews, and for, top 5 lists, and all the other shit that I like to do creatively. I'm still writing shit down for that, for those things. So those things are coming. They just aren't coming right away. So I appreciate your patience. You may see a few more of these State of Mikeyworld addresses in the time being, just because kind of rambling about what got me here and my journey back to who I am and who I'm supposed to be. I feel like kind of helps me, and in some kind of way will actually get me back to where I gotta be, and probably to a better place. So thanks for listening. I don't know when I'm gonna do the next one of these, but I'm sure I'll do another one soon. And I have some individual vids that I want to do. Some people that I've been meaning to do, but like I said, I just haven't felt like doing anything lately. So I apologize for those. I'll get to those at some point too. I haven't forgotten about the ones that I want to do. And like I said, just hang on tight, and you might not want to stay, you might not actually want to stay away from me, because yeah, I have a feeling that you guys and this and wrestling may be the 3 things that saved my life. So thanks for listening, thanks for supporting, thanks for fostering the creative ideas that I have, even though you guys won't see most of them for a little while. And thanks for just letting me be me, and appreciating the effort put into everything that I do. I do my best for everybody, and it just sucks to know sucks to know that your best some things, to some people, to some job, to some suit, on some stat sheet, your best isn't good enough. So, yeah, don't let anyone ever tell you that your best isn't good enough. And before I go, I'm gonna do a quick shout out Tony and Zach. Tony, if you stay with me this long, I know you'll probably stay for another minute or two. This part of this, I want Zach to hear. Because he's young yet, but he's gonna run into plenty of situations like this. And I want him to know, on top of always telling him, always do for others, because it'll do more for him than it will for them. The other thing I always want him to remember, and I always want him to know, well, there are two other things besides that, besides always do for others. When nobody cares, I do. When he doesn't think anybody cares or anybody understands, I do. And I also want you to understand, little buddy, that there's going to be times in your life that somebody's going to tell you that your best isn't good enough. And that's fine, you know, because to them, your best isn't good enough, but that's just to them. But just know, your best will always be good enough for your mom, for me, for your family, and above all else, always remember, whether you tried something and you succeed, you tried something and you do okay, and you tried something and you fail miserably, because that'll happen more times in life than you probably know. As long as you can look at yourself in the mirror, or look at your mom, or look at me, or look at anybody in your family, and say, hey, I did my best, that is good enough. That should always be good enough for you. Screw everybody else. Your best is always good enough. Always remember that. And I will definitely talk to you and your mom again soon. Again, I love everybody. See y'all later.